For more on today's event, we're joined by SABC News reporter Hasina Gori. Good afternoon, Hasina. Just talk us through today's event. We understand the SIU's Andy Mutibi is among those who will be speaking.
Good afternoon. Yes, as you mentioned today, we are commemorating 3 years since a tragic incident which saw whistleblower Babita Deokaran die in a hail of bullets just outside of her home minutes after dropping off her daughter. She at that time was part of the SIU investigation into maladministration as well as tender fraudulence that was taking place within the Gauteng Health Department, specifically when it came to the procurement of PPEs during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that investigation was being done by the SIU in conjunction or looking into the Tembisa hospital. We know that since that day and since that killing, 6 men were found guilty or pleaded guilty for her death, but it's yet to be known who exactly pulled the trigger at that stage. Today, family members as well as activists who've been speaking out since the event have all gathered or are expected to gather. The event is expected to take place at 5:30 here at the church in Mondio in the south of Johannesburg. I want to bring in the SIU's Kaiser Kanyaku. Thank you so much for speaking to us. It's been 3 years since that incident. It was an investigation that your organization was looking into. There's been strides in it. During and the statement that was given out last year when the 6 men pleaded guilty, you updated us on some of the victories that were being done, people that were being suspended. But what has happened in the last year since then, since the 6 men were arrested? Have more people been found guilty, more people been involved? And where are we with the investigation?
Thank you very much. What is happening at the moment is that the investigation is very complicated. And what I can say to the public is we have reached a stage where we can safely say we've never seen such kind of problems and ways of trying to hide things. You remember at the time when Babita died, she had flagged about 850 transactions. So far, we have flagged 5,500. And they are very intricate. They are what we call letterbox transactions that are done, different bank accounts. Therefore, it is an indication that we still have a lot of work that we need to do. So far, we have established that there was movement of about 3 billion rand that moved from the department to these bogus accounts. And therefore, we are still continuing the investigation, and we are hoping that this is going to show more results. But also, what we have realized is it is not only in Tembisa Hospital, because such kind of transactions are now being flagged somewhere else. Therefore, this might take longer to deal with and also go to all the other transactions that are happening. But so far, we are comfortable that we're making strides and we'll be in a position to deal with this matter and come to finality. We have promised that in her name, we will do everything that we need to do, and we will get to the bottom of it.
Babita was part of your investigation as a whistleblower, and there's been a lot of criticism around the safety of those that come out. Have you found it more difficult to get people to come and be part of that investigation and to turn in or to, want to come forward information of, seeing the results that had happened with Babita?
No, we have not, because we always indicated that we have assured the public that if they report, we will protect them. Even in this particular instance, it was just an unfortunate situation, but we have not seen people going back, especially because they know that when they report, something will be done about it.
That was the SIU's Kaiser Kanyaku speaking to us here, saying that the investigation is more complex than they expected, and it's still ongoing, showing that the corruption and the tender frauds that have been happening within the Gauteng Health Department in the procurement has been a lot more advanced and way more than just at one hospital, but in more networks. I want to see if we can bring in the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation's Nishan Bolton to speak with us with regards to what we can expect this evening, but also how are you feeling today? Just 3 years on, you've been part of this process from the beginning, calling for justice. We saw 6 men being arrested, but however, still not sure who exactly is that mastermind behind the deaths.
No, I think the family are probably in a greater sense of grief than I am. I didn't know Babita other than the conversations via chat, WhatsApp. I think the fact that 6 people were found guilty, pleaded guilty, we don't know the terms of that plea agreement, which I think is something that we had concerns about. But as I said, we're not aware of who paid them. And until such time that those who paid them are apprehended, this matter will never be closed or should never be closed. I think, secondly, the beneficiaries of all of the corrupt activities that Babita flagged, likewise, need to be brought to book. They need to be exposed. And it is in that context that we are heartened by the work of the SIU, that they have pursued this. They have, in fact, found they have found that it's a far greater extent than which Babita had exposed. I think is hopeful. Where I think we're less hopeful is in the Gauteng provincial government. Their statement today says that they are putting in place measures to deal with procurement above 500,000. Now, it's precisely the procurement below 500,000 which was the main problem that Babita flagged. And I think they have missed the mark completely.
Thank you so much. That's Nishan Bolton here at the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, where we're expected to see the memorial service take place, commemorating 3 years since Babita Deokaran passed on, hoping to speak and hear from her family members who are expected to be in attendance this evening.